Okay. Hey guys, it is me again. Well, obviously, lead disciple, Desiree. And today is the 30th of January 2013. So, how are you all? Now, if you've noticed, I've got quite a lot of makeup on, as you can probably tell. Reason being is because there hasn't been a single video where I have worn makeup, and I wanted to show you guys what it was like, what it looks like on me. So here we go. I'm not a drag queen. This is who I am. I love my makeup, but I want to show you guys how I look. So are you guys impressed? If you're not, then that's fine. We'll just go straight with the episode, shall we? Okay, so in my episode 2 of our discussion series, I'm going to be talking about, do transgender get enough recognition in the gay community? Okay, so for starters, we obviously remember our first transgender MP in New Zealand. Her name was Georgina Byers. Now, obviously she's a woman now, but of course I don't know much about her history, but that was kind of a turning point for probably many transgender to try and come out of their shell and to pretty much be the gender that they were born to be. Like me, for instance, I've mentioned many times that I used to be a male. I still have the male bits, but I have chosen to live my life as a female and live my life as Desiree. I'm not gonna say my real name because that's a thing I want to leave in the past, and that's why I rather don't bring it up. But aside from all that, I have mentioned many times that yes, I am transgender. I'm very proud of it, and hopefully this kind of makeup, I really need to watch the tutorials, don't I? That this whole makeup look kind of represents that and represents how proud I am to be who I am and who I represent if I do get the privilege to represent this community. Alright, so back to the subject. I'm going off topic again. Okay, so do we as transgender get enough recognition from any of the other minorities? Well, that question is kind of left that is quite debatable, I must admit, but from my personal experience, having been the fact that us transgender, we've had the privilege of living lives under both sexes, I can't really answer that question. Although me having only come out at 16, I'm 20 now, and obviously through the 4 years that I've been a part of this community, I have sort of noticed that other people within the gay community kind of look at us and then kind of turn away and just say, what are you supposed to be? Something like that. They don't quite understand what we go through and what we are willing to go through in order to perceive what we think is the right gender. So, for example, I myself am probably a lot way further behind than most transgender women. I haven't even started hormones yet, and obviously the process goes is that you start on hormones, and about, I don't know, 6 years later you're able to get your boobs done, and then I don't know how long, but apart from that you can get your thing chopped off. That's all I know. So I have to thank Tia Hickey for that advice, because if it wasn't for her, then I would not have known what to do. And also, I would like to thank the other sisters as well, like Jatana, Jay Ratu, Nanu, Sister Nanu, and all the other T brothers and sisters who have shown me a lot and given me advice on what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, so that I can achieve the goal that I've been pursuing, which is to obviously get a bigger this and a smaller that. That, not that. Okay. Right. All that aside, so, what was I talking about? Okay, so, people within the gay community, they tend to find us. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're threatened, or maybe they're just kind of disturbed, or maybe uneducated. I mean, I get the. I mean, sorry, I'm losing my words. I do that a lot. I understand if they are uneducated. That's fine, but I sort of see people use that as an excuse to try and rewrite what they know is wrong. So if they are uneducated, then that's okay. I mean, we can teach them. I mean, yeah, we can teach them what it is, what it's about, and what we go through, and hopefully they will give them an open mind. If it doesn't, then they can get the fuck off. Simple. So, yes, that kind of sways me to the no side of this whole point of this whole topic, is do we get enough recognition? I mean, yeah, but no. Like, I see more gay people, lesbian people, bisexuals, other sexuals that fall within the umbrella. I see them getting recognised. I'm not sure about transgender as much. I mean, I know we have Isis King, if you know, from America's Next Top Model, Cycle 11, and All Stars, first transgender model. And there's also someone, I can't remember her name, I think it was Leah T. I don't know, I think I was told something about Leah T. I'll probably look that up later. But in terms of where we stand with each minority group and within, I don't know if we try to fit in, but it seems they'll rather push us out simply because they want to kind of keep to themselves. Okay, I've heard of sexism, but I've never heard of anti-transgenderism. That, because I never came across that at all when I came out as transgender. Well, originally I came out as gay when I was 16, and then I came out as transgender when I turned 18. Well, actually it was a lot earlier than that. I think it was about 17. Yeah. But up until then, I had never received any sort of anti-tranny hate, which I like to call anti-tranny hate because, well, it kind of is. Up until last year, early last year, when I was on a post in a group, I'm not going to mention the group, I was on a post by this person, and he said something about, I really don't like transgender girls, especially if they have their parts. Now, me being me, I was extremely offended by it, because not only was that person small-minded, he also didn't even know the facts, and yet his own cousin was transgender, except his cousin was post-op. So I don't see why he had to be so biased, if that's the correct word. I don't see why he had to be so biased against the pre-op transgender rather than the post-op. Now, just a bit of a definition for you. Pre-op, post-op, the name says it all. Pre-op means you haven't had the thing operation, whereas post-op you have. So, yeah, I would be classed as pre-op because I still have my ding-a-ling thing. Oh, I don't know what to call it. Well, cock. Okay. But yeah, that was my first taste of what the gay community really is like, and it scared the hell out of me. I mean, well, not the hell out of me, it scared the shit out of me, because I didn't even know that existed. I didn't even know that different minorities could hate on each other simply because of who they were. Like, I don't know, from my own personal experience, I don't know any transgender who have hated on gay people simply because they're gay. That's just like taking the piss out of who they are, what they believe in, and who they're attracted to. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, it it's just really appalling, to be honest. The fact that the gay community can be so, what do you call it? They can be so transfixed into hating each other simply because of different imperfections that they can find within that person. Okay, well, I mean, for me to say that, that's quite rich, because I know that I'm guilty of doing the same thing. I've hated on quite a few people because of little imperfections, and I take full responsibility of that. So I apologise to those who I have offended, if I have so. I'll just put it out there for you guys. But this kind of thing, it has to stop. Like, I know I'm going off topic, but I think something like this needs to be brought up, because I'm over all this. I'm over the hate. I mean, we get enough hate from straight people, for crying out loud. Why are we all going to squabble each other? It's just, do we have to try and make ourselves superior? But yes, I do realise my points of view are real pro-trans, but I think it's a good thing, because I want to be able to try and encourage as much transgender people to kind of come out of their shell and not be afraid anymore. And for me to be, because I myself am a part of a gay community group, or a gay community New Zealand group, and I find that even though they've accepted me as who I am, I kind of find it still doesn't sit right with me, because of the fact that I'm transgender. I mean, if anything, we kind of feel a bit closed off from everybody else while they're all talking about stuff like that and other things, which I'll actually bring up in my next vlog. My next episode, I should say. So I guess the argument still stands. Do us transgender get enough recognition from the gay community? I'm not sure. I think I brought up quite a few points, but I myself can't make that judgment, since I myself am transgender, and I would obviously sway towards a no, but I'm gonna try and be as open-minded as possible. So I'll leave it at that, and I would like to know if you guys have any sort of feedback in regards to this topic. Then please let me know, because I think it's getting to the point where some of us are getting a bit tired of our own gay community, and we're not sure what to do about it, because we feel like there isn't really anything to do about it, if you get what I mean. So I'll leave it at that, and like I said, if you have any feedback, any comments, any negative criticism, I don't mind, then please comment below and tell me how you feel, because I want to be able to help you guys out as well. So yeah, okay. Episode 3, I'm not sure when that will be out, but we'll check it out. Okay. Alright, we'll leave it at that. Okay. Bye, people.